Most boards governing AI right now are governing the wrong thing. They're treating AI as a procurement decision or a research project or a competitive threat and opportunity question. That's the wrong question for the moment we're in. The right question, the one the next 18 to 36 months will turn on, is, what governance machinery do we need in place to absorb whatever AI becomes by then? I want to walk you through the answer. Carlota Perez, building on Schumpeter, gave us a framework for understanding what happens during a technological revolution. An installation phase, where capital builds the infrastructure and the new capability concentrates in a small number of players. Then a deployment phase, where the rest of the economy figures out how to use it, where the productivity gains materialize, where regulation hardens, and where the rules of value capture shift. The companies that won the installation phase often lose the deployment phase. The companies that win the deployment phase are the ones that produced broadly distributed value, while everyone else was busy building moats. That's where AI sits in 2026. Late installation. The deployment phase is beginning, and boards that are governing AI, as if the rules of the last 15 years still apply, are setting their companies up for a regime change they have not priced in. The most common AI governance question I get from boards is, should we adopt NIST or wait for the EU AI Act, or get ISO 42001 certified? That's a false choice. The four primary frameworks are not competing standards, they're complementary instruments. NIST, NS, INSALT, AI. RMF is the methodology, the conceptual scaffolding for thinking about AI risk. ISO 42001 is the auditable architecture, the certifiable management system that produces the documentary record. Regulators, insurers, and counterparties increasingly demand. The EU AI Act is the binding overlay where it applies. And because Article 2 makes it extraterritorial, it applies to far more U.S. companies in West Interine. The tree Comera Ferries, in or U.S. Ferry. Say. Minsum, the maximum penalty is 7% of global annual turnover, larger than GDPR's 4%. NACD is the board process baseline, how the directors themselves do the work. Triangulate across all four. Programs that adopt only one are incomplete. Methodology, architecture, binding compliance, board process, 4 shields, 1 serious program. Workforce navigation is where the stakeholder thesis is most directly tested. 3 scenarios. Substitution-led. Maximize automation, contract headcount fast, capture gains as margin. Augmentation-led. Expand per-employee output, reinvest gains in growth. Hybrid. Plan contractions and expansions deliberately, budget transition support, publish openly. On a quarter, substitution wins. On a year, it's competitive. On 3 years, the gap closes. On 5 to 10 years, the time horizon a board is supposed to be thinking on, substitution loses, often badly. Talent pipeline collapse, brand damage the next CEO inherits. Regulatory and political backlash that arrives just as the deployment phase regulators are sharpening their teeth. The augmentation and hybrid paths produce shareholder outcomes equivalent or better than substitution on a 5 to 10 year horizon, while producing materially better outcomes for employees, customers, and communities. The board that picks the substitution path is making a real bet that the deployment phase regulatory and political environment will look like the installation phase environment did. I think that bet is wrong. I want to give you a single diagnostic question. It's uncomfortable, it's cheap to ask. It surfaces the difference between governance and theater faster than any framework I know. For every stakeholder relevant commitment management makes, including every AI-related commitment or ask, what specific decision would the company make differently if this commitment is real, and which of those decisions has already been made? That's the costless virtue test. A commitment that costs the company nothing, no revenue foregone, no efficiency surrendered, no shareholder return reduced, is indistinguishable from marketing. Authentic stakeholder commitment will cost the company something, usually less than the board fears once the deliberation is done. Run the test before approving any AI-related commitment. Run it in every periodic review against prior commitments to check what has and hasn't held. It's the cheapest discipline I know that produces durable governance value. The structural work fits in 90 days, days 1 through 30, frame and scope. AI, as a substantive item on the next board agenda, request the AI inventory, including third-party AI embedded in vendor products. Pick an owning committee, identify an AI depth director or external advisor. Engage outside EU regulatory counsel. Days 31 through 60, draft and develop. Receive the inventory. Identify the top 3 to 5 highest risk deployments. Draft the AI risk appetite statement. Update committee charters. Schedule the first board AI literacy session. Days 61 through 90. Approve and operate. Approve updated charters. Approve the risk appetite statement. Receive top deployment deep dives. Approve the management report card and cadence. Confirm the 6 management mechanisms are scheduled. Behind the 90-day playbook sit the irreducible 7, the 7 actions that the 100-plus specific recommendations in the report reduce to. Establish the inventory, approve the appetite, resolve the structure question, adopt the 4 framework triangulation, stand up the 6 management mechanisms, adopt the report card, operate the costless virtue test continuously. 7 actions, 90 days. That's the operating spec. Here's the conclusion I keep arriving at. The machinery you put in place now must be designed to pivot, not designed to last, not designed to comply, designed to pivot. The frameworks, the metrics, the committee structures, the management mechanisms, the literacy investments you build between now and the end of 2026 will all need substantial revision by 2028, and again by 2031. What we know with high confidence is that what looks load-bearing in May 2026 will be partially obsolete by May 2028. A board that designs governance for permanence in this environment is making one of 2 assumptions, both wrong: that the technology will stabilize, or that the company can rewrite its governance from scratch every 2 years. Build the machinery to pivot. C.S. Lewis drew a distinction I return to often: the difference between looking at a thing and looking along it, down the beam, to see what it illuminates. Look at AI and the boardroom conversation gets stuck on procurement. Look along AI and a different conversation becomes possible. That conversation is the one this report tries to make concrete. Build the machinery, operate the discipline, pivot as lessons land. That's the board's job in the AI paradigm.